Hi there, I'm Warren, Head of Education Strategy here at IMP Software. We're at that point in the year now where budget planning is well underway and trust and schools are entering the phase of review, finalisation and approval. With the funding landscape and continued uncertainty around key budget drivers like pay awards, we know lots of you are battling with setting balanced budgets and are having to make difficult choices to ensure you continue to deliver on educational outcomes whilst also maintaining financial sustainability. And one reporting shape we're seeing more and more of our customers focus on is MAT overviews, so grouping similar school types together and not just reporting on the pounds and pence budget numbers, but applying a more detailed lens to areas such as pupil staff ratios and staffing FTEs. So why are they doing this and what benefit does it give them? We know that many school-based budgeting tools fall short when it comes to providing trust-wide analysis for MATs. They often lack the ability to group schools by school type, making it difficult to compare like with like, apples and apples. I guess on top of this, these tools may not hold the necessary budget drivers either to calculate key metrics such as those pupil-adult ratios. As a result, we're seeing lots of trust typically building these necessary reports themselves in Excel, which is both time-consuming and often complex. So some of the benefits of looking at reporting from a MAT perspective. So it enables evidence-based conversations, not opinion-led ones. If you're having conversations about school budgets, which I'm sure you are at the moment, and there's a difference in opinion around resource prioritization and suitability, having clear and rich data allows for more robust conversations, not just opinions from different stakeholders, perspectives, which often make those conversations quite tricky. And if you want to know what good or bad looks like, there's no point comparing a large inner city secondary to a tiny rural primary school, grouping schools into similar school types, primary, secondary, high deprivation, low deprivation. It helps to aid contextual understanding and gives you those apples versus apples comparisons. If you need to find efficiencies or cost savings, which I think the majority are in that category at the moment, or just check that resources being prioritized in the areas that need it the most. Looking at your budget with this lens helps to spot things that are out of kilter much quicker. It also provides clarity around key budget metrics and builds confidence that budgets have been well thought through and are indeed targeting resources in the right areas. And then finally, it promotes an aligned approach to planning, which is critical. We know that finance planning is only done well when it's firmly connected to educational outcomes. And ultimately, this enables all stakeholders to pull in the same direction. So we're releasing a tool to non-IMP customers on the 21st of May to support you through the budget review and finalisation process. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So MAT Budget Review Summary, we have our schools grouped by different school types, and these are customizable to you. We can see the central locations, we can see the total view for the MAT. We've got income and expenditure. What are our pounds and pence, our surplus deficit numbers for the year across our schools? What are our pupil number projections or funded pupil numbers for the year? Also including pupil premium, SEN indicators as well, as this is really important context, and this may differ significantly by school and may be a reason why you have a high number of TAs or support staff in one school versus another. KPIs, I can see at this school, I've got staff costs as a proportion of revenue expenditure, 84%. I can see that I'm projecting a deficit budget of £70,000 for the year. That is very different or higher than the average for my other schools. That immediately is going to trigger a conversation. Average FTE, annual FTE summaries, we've got pupil adult ratios, and then income and expenditure per pupil. So I can see on my repairs and maintenance line for my primary schools that I've got £133 being spent per pupil at Alexander Heathcote, but across my other three primary schools, it's a lot less than that. Immediately, by being able to see that data, I can then go and have that conversation and understand the why. And there may be a deliberate reason why there is more resource being put into that area, but there may also be an opportunity to do things differently, sharing knowledge across schools, understanding why some schools are spending less in some areas and spending more in others. By having this view and seeing schools in this way, it really does support a more complete and joined up approach to that budget planning, review and finalisation stage. So what this tool does for trusts that aren't using IMP is it simplifies the process of building these yourself, because we're giving you a pre-built reporting framework and automatically calculates those metrics for you, so you don't have to do this work yourself. We're running the webinar on the 21st of May. We'd love you to join us. We're going to run through how you populate this and how you can access a free copy of this tool. See you there.